For those who don't know, although many of you do, VeggieTales is a series made for children to learn values from the Bible by means of animated talking vegetables. The series is a classic, being both effective and memorable, presenting the truths in an entertaining and accessible fashion. However, after a couple decades, the series tried an adaptation designed especially for Netflix that was not well received, for their attempts to innovate strayed far from the core qualities that made the series beloved by the previous generation of viewers. Those folks didn't like the changes, and the series did not endure. Now, there was enough of a desire for the original VeggieTales to come back that eventually some people pulled the strings necessary for it to make a comeback. This is the product that starts the reboot of VeggieTales. As a lifelong fan, I was eager to see whether it succeeds or fails at returning the series to what made it beloved by thousands of children and their parents from the 1990s and 2000s. Let's go over what comes on the DVD. A roughly 30-minute Christmas show, one designed for TV, followed by almost a half hour of additional content, in which Phil Vischer, a series founder, talks to the camera introducing segments from previous VeggieTales Christmas specials, a format similar to his other popular series, Buck Denver Asks What's in the Bible, but unlike what Phil has done previously with the Veggies. Then at the end, there are two silly song remixes that have little to do with the episodes about Christmases, yet everything to do with catering to the parents who were kids that grew up with the original VeggieTales and were most likely to purchase this. So what's my verdict? What's my first impression? What is my completely spoiler-free initial reaction? It's simply this. This is an update video. This is not a regular VeggieTales show. After having watched the episode, then listening to the commentary, to me it's evident that the production team deemed it was necessary to display a variety of possibilities in this series reintroduction, rather than focusing on having a cohesive feature-filled production, and this due to various limitations, incentives, and production capabilities influencing the decisions that chose those priorities. Is there anything wrong with an update video? No, not in the least. Sometimes those are helpful for building rapport with the audience. Other times they can generate momentum for the production team, with motivation and confidence increasing as a consequence. Is there anything wrong with this update? No, I like the direction they're heading. However, this DVD itself, since it's not free, is probably not one worth getting unless you're a collector of the series, in which case you'll find you'll watch this and enjoy it, then leave it behind in favor of other classic episodes that they've made for the major holiday. Then again, that's really what was to be expected anyway. To have returned this quickly after a complete total shutdown and created a masterpiece thing? The team would have needed a lot more lead time, so under the conditions this level of output is pleasing. Nevertheless, non-collectors today would want more bang for their up to $16 now, which is why I say if you're not a collector, buying this might raise an eyebrow. The good news is you shouldn't have to buy the whole DVD to watch the show, thanks to more accessible means that Big Idea now uses to distribute video. Now, I could be wrong with all of these insights. This is just my first impression. Plus, I've changed my mind on episodes over time since at least 2007. But I do think there's value in sharing my thoughts this early, in case my audience wants to know that I believe the reboot is worthy of investigation, as it's becoming available during a season when the next generation are actively looking for content that's decent to watch with their family or other youngsters that they supervise. I shall try to put links in the description to the authorized distributors of VeggieTales content in case you'd like to see it for yourself. Here concludes my first review of a show. I do hope that it helps.